Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. This is a trend that I can get on the bandwagon with, and these are the ribbon bundle bows. Now here's the thing, you can either buy really expensive ribbon to be the main bow part at the top of our bow, but the problem is most of the time that ribbon is super expensive. So let's do this with some fabric. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to cut this at 6 inches long of a width. And then I'm going to take some of this iron-on interfacing that you can get at Hobby Lobby or any place that sells fabric, or even online on Amazon. And I'm going to fuse it together with my iron. I got the big guns out for this one. But we're going to need about 24 inches worth of this fabric cut and used together. I had to cut the interfacing here because I just didn't have enough for 24 inches, but that's okay. We'll make it work, right? So you're going to iron that on, and then we are going to make sure that we have the right size. And here is where I cut my faux ribbon with my fabric. Okay, we're going to cut it around the 24-25 inch mark. You could really cut it smaller if you want, but this is also a kind of a fusing tape. I forget what they call it. Oh, I want to say stitch witchery, but I don't think that's right. But if you want to hem something without actually sewing, this is what you use. So basically we are going to add this on both edges of our fabric, because I didn't want to use hot glue because hot glue will add like a little bit of a definition in the fabric, and I wanted to have that look of not having anything like this was actual ribbon. Now here's the trick with this. Make sure you take off the backing of this fusible webbing or whatever you call it. If you know what to call it down below, let me know. Do it right away. I didn't. I left that cool, and it just was kind of a pain to pull off. But if I took the iron and put it back over it, it came off pretty easily. So that's my little tip for you. So once you have all of this ready, we're going to just fold it over, and we are going to fuse it to the fabric to the back of the interfacing. Now here's the thing. You can make this as big as you want. So if you want your bow to be bigger than like 3 inches wide, just cut more fabric. It's really simple. If you want a big bow, great. But we're trying to make this a very stabilized bow, if I said that right, for our bow, because this is what I'm seeing on Etsy. People are making these types of ribbons and they're selling them anywhere from $35 to $50. So I wanted to make one that I knew would last all summer on my front porch, because guess what? It's going to get rained on, it's going to get wind, it's going to maybe even get hail if we have a bad storm here in Michigan, and I want to make sure it lasts. So this is my technique for making sure that it lasts, because what I'm seeing on Etsy is just regular old ribbon that they're using for the bows on the top, and I can tell you right now, it's not going to last. But one of the little tricks that I use, this is something I discovered this year, are these little instead of using pins to, put into the fabric when you're sewing, are these little clips. And these were super helpful. And that way it just kind of helped hold down the fabric, and we were able to iron it across. So once you have that done, then we're going to go to the next part. The next part is we need to figure out how wide we want our bow. Now I'm just using my measuring stick thing, whatever, rotary cutter, and I kept taking off a little bit more of the actual fabric here, because it wasn't quite where I wanted it. And what I wanted was basically a 10-inch bow span. All right, if you want it to be bigger, great. This is what you do. You make it as big as you want, make it as small as you want, but you're just going to have to kind of go with it. I don't have an exact science here. Obviously, I didn't need a full 25 inches when I cut this out. I probably could have cut it more to 20 inches, but then as I'm doing this, I'm just making sure that we've got a good even number on each side. Then I'm going to take my little, thin little, words are hard right now. I'm just going to say it. Words are hard. Julie's dealing with menopause or perimenopause, one of the two. And I can't think sometimes, is there anybody out there that can relate? Well, let's get back to our project because I could just go on all day about this. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to do what I showed you here. Now, at this point, your fabric is stiffer than normal because of that interfacing. And so basically you're going to kind of fold it in on the middle, and then you're going to add a zip tie. Okay, you're going to play around with the little loops, and if you wanted to do bigger loops, great, that's all wonderful and it will come out together. But here's what's going to be the step that you need to do: Mod Podge. Now I'm using the matte covering. I tried several different products before I settled on this Mod Podge. I took another piece of fabric and I tried fabric stiffener that I got at Hobby Lobby. I tried another form of a fabric stiffener, but Mod Podge, it was the winner. It just was. So you're just going to kind of paint the front of the bow and a little bit on the side here. And there is something in the next screen that shouldn't be there. So let's play, you know, that Find Waldo with Me book that the kids used to read when they were little. Yeah, tell me what's in the next shot that shouldn't be there. But I think you get the gist of this. You're going to use some Mod Podge. Now we're going to add all the ribbon strands that are going to come down, and what is really making this such a great trend right now. What's funny about this is I went to Hobby Lobby and all of this was 40% off. Great, right? Here's the bad thing. I had most of these ribbons already in my stash. I can't remember anything these days. It's just like my mind doesn't work. But oh well, I got me some more ribbon, right? So basically this is a 24-inch ruler here, and so we're doing it twice. And so I went through all of my ribbons that I had and even a few extras, and we made all these strands. So basically I went through and I did it once, and I said, you know what, I need more. So we did 2 ribbons for each strand. So total strand is 48 inches, and then you're going to start putting them together. Now I'm showing you how to do it on the table here, but after I stopped this clip, I kind of held it in my one hand, and just, it was easier to do it standing. Again, this was just me showing you how to do it, and this is so much fun. You could add as many or as little as you want. I probably could have added much more, but I didn't. But it's just beautiful. I think it's such a neat statement. You can do this with wired ribbon. None of the ribbon that I use has wire in it. If you want a thicker ribbon look, go ahead and do whatever sizes you want. It's really up to you. So what I did is I just took a pipe cleaner and I kind of put it together just to kind of hold its place. And then I took another zip tie and we're going to connect it to that red bow. Now here's the thing, you're going to want to make sure that that zip tie is onto the back. So I'm kind of pulling it back here because I don't want it to show. Now we still need to cover the middle part of that bow. So I did this 2 times. I took some of the blue ribbon and I tied it once. I added a little piece of wire here. So I just slip tied it once, and then I'm going to add a wire. So let's see. We're going to wait in anticipation for this moment. And okay, I'm going to grab a wire here and we're going to put it in the middle there, and we're going to tie it again over top of that knot. So we did it twice, we tied the knot twice, and then I figured out that this wasn't enough to cover it because it just kind of went off to the side. So what I did was I grabbed another piece of that blue ribbon and we're going to go over top of it, and this one really gave it its finishing touch. So there's a lot of different things that you could do here, and then I made that particular blue ribbon long enough so that the strands could just hang down and I didn't need to trim anything. But I really love the way this turned out. I'm going to show it to you on my front porch here in a moment on my greenery wreath that I had. But as you see, the one thing, I don't know if you can tell, I had this like little cotton ball trim, and it did kind of catch on some of the ribbon. That's okay. If you wanted to, you could take a lighter and kind of go over the gross grain, is it gross grain ribbon, and kind of melt the edges. But I just went through and I just kind of trimmed everything. I didn't want it to be super perfect, and I think it would be really hard to get it really perfect. So we just did this, and then we're going to put it outside. But this was really simple to make. So I want you to realize that if you see all these ribbons, out there, you can make this too. I'd love to see all of your different ribbons that you've tried and share with it on Facebook, maybe in one of my Facebook groups that I'd love to share with you. So this is how it turned out. I got this greenery wreath from Amazon this last spring. I just, I'm the type of person that I'll forget about putting a wreath on my own door. And there you see me taking the picture, and I have my little slippers on that I love. But I did it from the bottom, and then I wanted to show you from the top. Tell me which one you love more. I personally love the bottom bow hanging down, and that's kind of where it's going to stay for the summer, but let me know. And you know what? If you watch this whole video, make sure you leave me a bow in the comments. But before you go, I want to show you a few other things. If you've never watched me here on YouTube, guess what? We do all sorts of wreaths and crafts, and I just want to show you some of the things that we've done. This is one we did for 4th of July, and it was with fabric we got from Hobby Lobby, and it was so easy to do, and we used the fabric to kind of mimic a flag look. We added some greenery, some red and blue and white florals, and it was just beautiful. And here's the thing, if you are bow challenged, be bow challenged no more. I tell you guys that all the time here on Julie's Wreath Boutique, and I'll teach you how to make bows by hand with a bow maker, how easy it is, any type of bow. I've probably taught it. I even made one out of chicken wire last fall, so I'd love to show you how to do that. But I want to know, what do you want to learn on YouTube? What maybe have you wanted to learn how to make in the past and you've never tried? Let's give me a try. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have that notification bell on. And guess what? We have something called memberships here on YouTube with Julie's Wreath Boutique. It's called First Watch Members. And whenever I upload a video, you get to watch it before anybody else does. And it's kind of pretty exciting to do because typically I will upload on a Thursday or a Friday, and that video doesn't debut till Sunday night. So if you love these videos and you want to watch it before anybody else does, make sure you click on the membership button here on Julie's Wreath Boutique and join us. But I hope you've enjoyed this particular tutorial, and I hope you'll check out these other wreaths. I'll have the long formatted videos listed down below for you and in the card section here on YouTube. But again, if you've watched this far, make sure you leave me a bow emoji down in the comments, and I hope that you'll take the time to subscribe and stay a while. We love to craft here on Julie's Wreath Boutique. We'll see you next Sunday night with a brand new video. Have a wonderful week.